Hey guys, and welcome back to Monko, where stupid shit ensues, but I'm going to be doing a food review today, because why not? Well, let's get right to it. What am I talking about today? Well, today I am talking about 3 different types of Mrs. Freshley's snack cakes. So I have Mrs. Freshley's Reese's peanut butter flavored cupcakes, Hershey's cookies and cream cakes, and I also have Hershey's triple chocolate cakes. Now all of these are from Walmart. All these cost $3.48 a box, which is kind of expensive considering that in each box for all of them you get 6 snack cakes. Kind of expensive. Something like Hostess cupcakes are like $3.48 for 8 cupcakes, and then something like Hostess ding dongs are like $3.48 for 10 ding dongs. So it's kind of on the expensive side. And the long and the short of it is that out of these 3 at least, I have 2 that I actually like and I would recommend, and 1 that I do not. So let's get right into it. Now I'm going to start with the one that I like the least, and then I'm going to move to the one I like the most. So the one that comes in last for me that I wouldn't really recommend is the Hershey's cookies and cream cakes. Honestly, not a big fan of these. Did not like these. The rest of them, I ate like at least a box of these. This is the first box I bought. I have still not finished it. I don't know if I will finish it because I really don't like it. But that is what the cake kind of looks like. Kind of looks like an upside down cupcake. It's got kind of like a white outer coating with kind of like chocolate swirls on top kind of, and it's got like a yellow cake inside kind of with a chocolate filling. Kind of looks like a zebra cake except in mountain form, and honestly that's kind of what it tastes like too, except not very good. The thing to say about this is honestly, yeah, this kind of does taste like a zebra cake, and there's nothing wrong with zebra cakes, but the thing is this tastes like a bland zebra cake, if that's even possible. But it takes like everything good about a zebra cake and removes it from it. So personally, I think zebra cakes are great. They're plain, sure, but it's like the outer coating has that really nice texture that leads into like the gritty cake, and it's just a sweetness overload, and it's great. I love zebra cakes. This is like if you took out all the textural interesting parts of a zebra cake and made it a lot less sweet. These are not really sweet at all, and it's kind of surprising considering it's cookies and cream, which is like a really sweet ass candy bar, but the snack cake version of it apparently is not really all that sweet at all. Really texturally, these aren't all that interesting. They're pretty dry on the inside, to be honest, as well. This is by far, I would say, probably the driest out of them all of them, and really they just taste like a really bland zebra cake, even though they're filled with chocolate, as you can kind of see on the picture. Really, that does very little for the flavor. You kind of taste it, but not really. So overall, these aren't really all that incredible. I'd rather buy a pack of like zebra cakes or something like that for cheaper, because really they're just better. If you look at these on the shelf and you're like, maybe that'd be cool, honestly just buy some zebra cakes, because I can't really recommend these, especially for $3.48 for a box of 6. I can't recommend them at all, to be honest. These are my least favorite out of the 3. I don't even know if I'll finish off the box, to be honest. Now coming in at number 2 are the Reese's peanut butter flavored cupcakes. Not gonna lie, these are pretty alright, actually pretty good. Getting right to the point, they'll be kind of disappointing for like peanut butter lovers because they're not crazy on the peanut butter flavor, but they're still pretty good nonetheless. That is what one cupcake looks like. As you can see, kind of looks like a Hostess cupcake. It's got the chocolate base with the kind of peanut butter flavored coating on top, and it's got some sprinkles and then kind of like some swirls of chocolate that probably do very little for the flavor anyways. Something I forgot to mention as well, by the way, these are pretty high calorie snack cakes. So the Hershey's cookie and cream cake is 200 per, as well as the triple chocolate cakes are 200 per cake. This one is 230 per cake, which is kind of wild considering that something like a Hostess birthday cake cupcake is 180, and then something like a chocolate cupcake from Hostess is 170. These are 230, and that's pretty loaded, but it's just something worth mentioning if you really care about that. But to be honest, these are pretty good. It's mainly the reason why these are pretty good is all down to the texture. I am not joking when I say these are some of the freshest snack cakes I have ever had. Some of the freshest and softest snack cakes I've ever had. Now, if you've ever had something like a Hostess cupcake, you kind of know that when you bite into it, the frosting on top is kind of tough. You kind of bite into it, and it's kind of firm. You have to kind of sink your teeth through it, and the cake's usually kind of dry. Usually the softest part is the filling in the center. Through and through, this entire thing is soft. The frosting, when you bite into it, your teeth just sink right through it, and your teeth sink right through the cake too. It is so incredibly soft and fresh that it is, in terms of texture, it is immaculate. Out of the three, it's the best in terms of texture at the very least. Now in terms of flavor, it's kind of a letdown. It's not awful, but it's still kind of a letdown due to the fact that you're not getting as much peanut butter as I'd hope. That being said, it's still pretty good. Mostly what you're getting though is you're getting the chocolate cake taste, which is kind of funky to be honest. The taste of the chocolate is kind of weird, but I don't mind it at all. I actually kind of like it. But I'm just saying, for like a snack cake at the very least, the chocolate is kind of weird. Now the peanut butter flavor, as far as I understand, comes from the frosting and then the filling. It's kind of a weak peanut butter to be honest. It's there and you'll definitely kind of get the creaminess from it, at least in the background. You'll kind of like get the vibe of peanut butter, but it kind of gets overwhelmed by the chocolate base, at least. It kind of just gets washed out by that. And at some points when you get a good bite of the cream, the flavors kind of conflict and cancel each other out. Otherwise, it's got a pretty good chocolate flavor with the cake at least, and it kind of has a light peanut butter flavor in the background. So in terms of being like peanut butter, it's kind of a disappointment, but it's still really good in flavor. I don't mind it. It's just kind of a letdown because I didn't get as much peanut butter as I wanted. It's still pretty good. I like it enough, but I really like the texture. That's the real reason why I come back to these a lot. But my favorite out of the three is absolutely the Hershey's triple chocolate cakes. I will say that these are pretty immaculate for snack cakes. In terms of flavor, these are banger as hell, but in terms of appearances, that's what it looks like. Kind of hard to see because it's pretty dark, but it's pretty much, it's got a little swiggle of chocolate on top as long as the chocolate outer coating. The inside cake is chocolate, and the frosting or the cream on the inside is also chocolate. And let me tell you, these are something else. I will not lie. The chocolate on chocolate on chocolate is fucking immaculate. I love chocolate, so these are like crazy for me. But in terms of texture, they're kind of dry on the inside, a bit crumbly, not too bad. They're not as dry as the Hershey's cookies and cream cake somehow, which doesn't make sense since this is chocolate, but they are still kind of dry and crumbly. Nothing too horrible though. Where these really shine though is the flavor. The flavor of these is crazy. It is just, the outside is chocolate, and then on the inside cake, that's also chocolate. Chocolate flavor on the cake is kind of reminiscent of something like a Hostess, a bit richer I would say and more defined than Hostess, but it is kind of reminiscent. I definitely kind of got a Hostess like chocolate cupcake or ding dong vibe to this. I would say this is better than something like a ding dong though, because it's got the chocolate filling and not like the white cream filling, and that's really where these shine. That chocolate filling is something else. It is immaculate. If you've ever had something like a chocolate cake and you know it's got like the chocolate frosting on it, the inside filling tastes exactly like chocolate frosting. It is crazy. When you hit the center, it is just, oh my god, it is the best flavor ever. I absolutely love it when I hit the center because just, you get that chocolate cream filling and it just tastes like chocolate cake frosting. It is something else and I freaking love it. Some of its parts is also really good. Like obviously the standout for me is the chocolate filling, but the coating, the cake, and the filling all together, it just makes for a chocolate overload, and I absolutely love these. 100% worth $3.48 just for 6 because they are great. But overall, in terms of all three of these, I have my opinions, obviously. They're not a bad line. I think they did good for the most part. Obviously, these are the worst, though. Would not recommend you spend especially $3.48 on them. I think like Little W's charges like less than that, or maybe the same price for like 10 zebra cakes. Absolutely worth it over these. I don't like these. I would recommend these. These are pretty good, the Reese's peanut butter cupcakes. The only thing to say about them is that if you are a peanut butter lover, you will be disappointed. They are still really good though. It's just, if you expect a peanut butter overload, I wouldn't recommend them. In terms of snack cakes, if you want a peanut butter snack cakes, Little W's has the peanut butter cream pies. Those are very good for peanut butter lovers. And of course, as you may or may not know, the Hershey's triple chocolate cakes. I really like these. Absolutely 100% recommend them. If you are a chocolate lover like me, these are banger as hell and you absolutely need to try them. But overall, for the whole line, I think they're fine. Wouldn't give a shit if they got rid of the Hershey's cookies and cream cakes because I really don't like them. If they phase these out, I'll be kind of sad because they're pretty good, to be honest, especially in terms of snack cakes. But I would say that this little line from Mrs. Freshley's is a pretty good. They had one miss, but the other two are pretty good. No complaints from me personally. I think they're a good addition to the snack cake aisle. But thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Stay chill.